My name is McKeon, and what I do is I'm a singer-songwriter and a musician, but what most people remember me for, apart from my weird Maltese accent, is the fact that I make music with my mouth. So my passion is listening to music and hearing something and imitating it. So, for example, if I'm listening to the radio, I'll catch a song that I like, and I'll listen to the beat and imitate that. So I could do, and then I'll listen to the melody, which would be something like, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. And then I'll combine the two to create a song. It goes like, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. But maybe it's always not there, but when we need her. And that's what thank you. And that's what I love doing. That's my passion and what I do on a daily basis. But to take you back to how it all started, I've always loved music, but I never thought I could actually do it. So I've been very passionate in my life about things like basketball, where I used to play with the Maltese national team. I used to work as a physiotherapist, and I loved that job. But in life, I was faced with a big block. And what happened was I got injured when I was playing basketball and couldn't use my fingers. And then when I was reading for my degree in physiotherapy, I used to get really bored studying. I'm not the kind of person who can just sit at a desk for long hours. And then that inspired me to do something a bit different, to occupy my time. And so while I was listening to the radio, I was inspired to try and imitate what I heard the way I just did now. And obviously back then, it didn't sound anything like it does now, but it's developed over time. A friend of mine actually pointed it out to me because this was something I started to do absent-mindedly. But a friend said, what's that you're doing while you're studying? And I said, I don't know, because I didn't know what beatboxing was. But because he pointed that out, I actually stopped and listened to myself. So in our lives, we're all rushing around from one thing to the other. It can get extremely hectic. And sometimes we get caught up in what we're supposed to do and what people expect of us. So I was supposed to do well at school, so I did that. I was supposed to do well at sports, so I did that. But I never actually stopped and tried to think about what made me happy. And although I've moved to London about 3.5 years ago, and music is keeping me very happy, I won't say that there are no challenges. So you can imagine the financial difficulties of being a full-time musician. I experienced sexism in the beatbox world because it's very unusual for a girl to beatbox. And all in all, I guess, sometimes I'm riddled with self-doubt because there are days when you stop and you say, am I crazy for doing this? Should I have stuck to my stable job? Should I have stayed back home with my family and friends? But at the end of the day, I ask myself, why am I doing this? And music makes me happy, and it helps me to make people happy. There's no better feeling in the world to me than performing and for someone to walk up to me afterwards and say, you really inspired me. I had a really bad day, and you just turned it around. And I've even had experiences where a father came up to me after a gig and said, thank you, you've saved my relationship with my daughters, because they didn't want to hang out with him, but he brought them to a gig as a last attempt. And because they saw me beatbox and they loved it, they said, oh, Dad, you're the coolest ever. We want to hang out with you more. So sometimes something you take for granted can actually move other people and change the direction of their lives too. So just to recap everything I've said, I think the most important thing the message I want to get across to you today is that although we're going about our hectic schedules and trying to keep up with everything, if you just stopped and focused and thought about what makes you happy, and more than that, what is staring you right in the face. If I had never stopped and actually listened to what I was doing, to that beatboxing, then I would never have discovered this true passion I have for music, and I would never have moved to London and followed this path in music. So the question I want you all to ask yourselves is, when was the last time you noticed the sound of your own breathing? Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. You're going to sing for us now, right?
Okay, I'm gonna do one little performance just to show you guys a bit more of what I do. Here goes. Get on up, step on up, sing, get on up, a beatbox machine. Get on up, get 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 on up. In the dance, trap it in and we begin. Sound of the groove, I'm out and we take super style, take super style. Thank you.